high-quality shots when you do that. I thought they were terrific all game, Greg.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is a fearsome competitor, but he says you never know how long you'll be able to run like this or jump like this, so I go for it every time. I may look angry, but it's the only way I know. Yes, you look angry. Kevin?
Yeah, he's special, D.A. Absolute thanks. And Clark, with the full bulk of the NBA season still ahead of us, what can players do to prepare themselves physically and mentally for this long season?
I think you've got to try to find ways and mechanisms to stay fresh. Obviously, you've got to do your work in the gym and in the weight room, but also in your rest and recovery. I think you just got to be diligent and consistent, and then find pockets where you can get away and refresh your mind and your body. Because you can't come out of the gate like it's the postseason. There's a pace and rhythm to the regular season that you have to learn how to manage.
So off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Coach is out there with Lonzo Ball. That's LeBron James. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Lopez at the center, locking down the middle. And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. Lopez outside. To the middle. Here's Clarkson. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. The Thunder went into free agency with a lot of question marks, but ended having a big summer.
Able to retain Paul George, and that was the first and largest key. Getting a player like Noel for cheap was also a big help for this group. The Thunder were at a fork in the road last season, but this team now is dangerous as ever. Two shots.
Really a good free throw shooter. You'd like to see Clarkson get to the line even more because of that.
And both free throws good for Clarkson. Here's Westbrook. Lakers on offense. Ball kicks to Kuzma. Passes to Clarkson. Got a hand on it. Now George. 14 points from him the last game against Utah.
And his scoring is going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass breaking in that game.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive playing with KD. They said Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC.
He is so tough to deal with inside. Lopez just too big and too skilled.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Robertson kicks to Grant. Baseline Shea out the way. Here's Adams. Westbrook. Tipped.
All size and timing, really an asset when it comes to him blocking shots.
And Kuzma slams it in.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Now, here's George. And it's Grant in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Here's Robertson. They get it again. And Adams with the slam.
Great effort on the boards. And what a that was, Gabby. You just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the bumper.
Now, here's George. Following the miss by Lonzo Ball. George got it from 16 feet. George has got 5.
Yeah, nice
timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Ingram comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Clarkson. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Lonzo Ball. And here's Schroeder after Brandon Ingram getting his shot to go from deep. George against Ingram. And that one is good. He has 7.
Tell you what, he's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
LeBron against Patterson. LeBron passes to Lopez. Good, and the assist goes to James.
I tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game, and he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Down low.
To expect from him.
36 seconds left to play in the first. Ingram outside. Back to Rondo. Kicks it to LeBron. Over Noel. Again, the Lakers.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, and I think all credit goes to that being just good offense. I mean, those are the kind of shots they want, and they got them.
Here's Schroeder on the wing, George. Ingram, and Oklahoma City has 10 with the bucket.
When PG-13 is feeling it, he can be an absolute monster from mid-range.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Oklahoma City. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And don't go away. Whoop. The leadership of Russell Westbrook is so important to the team, and Steven Adams talked about what it means to him.
He's doing just an unbelievable job at just controlling the guys, controlling the game, making sure that everyone's feeling in the right mood to play and willing to sacrifice for one another.
You know, so much of leadership is that emotional component, motivating guys to give their all.
And Russ certainly leads by example with his competitive zeal, but he understands also he's got to bring his teammates with him.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
Boy, the ferocity on the glass, really impressive. And they're not backing up at all, not giving an inch on the boards.
Taking a look at the Lakers. They've got Beasley. Hart is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Ingram. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. For 3, Beasley. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Certainly the knock on Dennis Schroeder is playing the defensive end.
Nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. He wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league. He'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. The position of power forward, Clark, that was your position. Did you ever think it would become a major weapon for stretching the floor as it is now?
No, I didn't see that evolution happening. I mean, again, at that time in the 80s, even into the 90s, you had the small forward and the power forward as more of an enforcer. I was actually kind of a hybrid at the time because I could deal inside effectively on the glass because of my size and strength, but also could step out and put it on the floor and pass it a little bit. So, no, the evolution with the 4-man in this day and age, I did not foresee.
perceive that at all. Love what's happened with it, but it speaks, I think, to the athleticism and skill of these bigger guys.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for George. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Raymond Felton. And then for Los Angeles, JaVale McGee's checked in for Lopez. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Josh Hart. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Rajon Rondo. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. A fantastic string of games for him. Your Western Conference Player of the Week, LeBron James.
And small forwards are asked to do so much in the modern NBA, and he just answers the call in every facet of the game. Tremendous numbers from him, and he is more than deserving of the award.
Schroeder finds Westbrook. Pulls up. Hits the front of the rim and out. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Sunday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Dallas Mavericks.
And going up against the Pelicans, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. So they just have that much of an advantage over that team. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Beasley. Some solid defense from Grant.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And the dunk by Robertson.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Habit, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Schroeder kicks to Westbrook. Back to Schroeder. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. We come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the road.
Yeah, exactly. And it also stretches that defense out a little bit, expands the floor for you, and makes things really hard for the defenders when you space and stretch them like that.
And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. Money from the wing.
You know, coming into the league with a little hitch in his shot, something Clarkson's worked hard to iron out.
And Westbrook, here we go. Good on the shot. Westbrook's got 7 points.
And he has really spiked here after a slow start in that first quarter. And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Grant kicks it over to Schroeder. Offline with his 3. LA has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Ingram outside. Here's McGee. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. The Thunder with the lead.
And this is where you milk the clock.
Yeah, that's the intelligent play here, Greg, no doubt. No reason to chuck up some garbage shot.
Westbrook feeling it out a bit. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. 9 points in the game so far. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thunder lead by 3. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Oklahoma City.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. 1 half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 11 points and 1 rebound. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, so far, they've taken care of their business here at home. It's something you might expect, but it's not a given. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half.
Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
They played some solid team basketball, Arnie. Pretty good. They were sharing the ball. We saw some nice feeds, a lot of movement. It wasn't 5 individuals out there. It was one cohesive unit. They got got the assist to show for it. Their rhythm was nice.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Paul George really making a difference here.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Westbrook and Robertson, the backcourt. The forwards, George and Grant. And it's Adams in at the center position. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. From deep, James. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
To hit that shot from the D is all over you like that. And Steven Adams came into this league at 19 already. Physical specimen and has only gotten stronger. This a bruising presence down low.
Look for Oklahoma City. Erlins Noel checks in for Steven Adams. Patterson comes in for Grant. And Felton in for Andre Robertson. George, no good. Los Angeles trails by 3. A nice shot by LeBron. James has got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Lakers. Here's Felton, still looking for his first bucket in this one. And plenty of bumping and elbowing inside his effort. Steven Adams strong enough, though, to come out on top of that battle.
Yeah, not shy at all about contact. Grew up the youngest of 18 children. He had to hit above his weight for over a decade. Now he's got the upper hand.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Josh Hart comes in for Clarkson. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Lonzo Ball. A shot by George, wide open. A three-pointer is right on target. George has got 14 points for the game.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
That's in the tray.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open rim. Excellent floor awareness.
Timeout called the Lakers. We know star power is critical, Clark, but when you look at the great bench players, what distinguishes them in your estimation?
A couple of things, Kevin, when you talk about outstanding role players. One is not only do they accept their role, they embrace it. They thrive in it. They really relish it. It could be impacting the game defensively or impacting it with energy and offensive rebound. Sometimes it's a designated scorer who comes off the bench to just inject offense. Lou Williams is a six-man. Benny Johnson is with the Pistons. I mean, there are a number of guys. John Havlicek, this great Hall of Fame player, pretty much started as a six-man. So enough Kevin McHale and so forth. You can go down the list, but they impact the outcome with some aspect or aspects of their game, which is awesome to see.
Luwawu is checked in for Oklahoma City. Rondo passes to Kuzma. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists now in this one. Felton kicks to Patterson. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Outside for George. And George with the stop.
One of the great athletes in the league, and there are a bunch of them, but he's at the top of the list. Rossi with that throwdown from Paul George.
George against LeBron. It's hauled in by George.
He's still fighting. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get in the rhythm, but right now he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team.
And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession. The 2K leaderboard provides us now with this list of last season's assist leaders. Russell Westbrook, number 1. LeBron James, second.
And really 2 terrific distributors. I mean, the first thing you look for in a teammate is the ability to get you the ball, and they both that down to a T. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Mark, that's good.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at them. Show them you can shoot from outside all night long.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And he can tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout. Kind of let them catch their breath.
He's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Raymond Felton. Lopez, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Ingram comes in for Josh Hart. George misses off the right iron. Los Angeles trails by 7. James finds Lopez. Yes, it's LeBron picking up the assist. Lopez has got his second basket of the game.
Always enjoy solid, good passing. Easily setting up his teammate. Does not get any easier than that.
Lopez with the block. One-on-one here. Ingram wide open. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took him as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Oklahoma City shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
One of the worst in the league a season ago, just 72%.
Good from Schroeder. But for Oklahoma City, Terrence Ferguson comes in for George. And Alex Abrinas subbed in for Andre Robertson. And so he hits both.
I'll tell you what, like how cool and collected he was getting the job done at the line in this one.
Slams it in.
Boy, you got to shut these lanes off because Kuzma relishes the opportunity to finish around the rim.
Schroeder against Ryan. Schroeder outside. Poked away. Last break, the Lakers. Rondo's running. And the jam by Rajon Rondo.
Always had great instincts defensively. Rondo using that length there to come up with the steal.
Third quarter comes to a close and a battle brings it to a tie. We'll take a quick break and get you back to the action.
Go, fellas. Bring it in.
And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. A moment now to reset the lamps. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Lonzo Ball. JaVale McGee is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Ingram at the small forward position. Here's Westbrook. That's short off the rim.
That's exactly how you want to play it defensively, Kevin. I mean, getting a hand up to distract and bother the shooter. Not easy to stop somebody this deep inside.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Adams dishes to Schroeder. Clock at 6. Bulls from the top of the key. The Thunder with another miss.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. Keep chipping away at it. That's the attitude. Stay with it.
And the Thunder making a switch here. George is checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. Lopez is checked in for Brandon Ingram. Thunder trailing by 4. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. And Westbrook gets it to go.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
Lopez, you know what? And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. To the middle. He's looking for Noel and finds him. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
This guy, Noel, man, he's got a massive reach. Just lob up these passes and he'll handle the rest of it.
And a tremendous unleashed chaos replay coming in courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hat. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. Oh, good on that.
Ball has proven he can pass and rebound the ball. He's a very impressive player. Now he just needs to add the shot and become more effective as a scorer.
And Oklahoma City making a change. Robertson is checked in. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. Robertson the pass to Westbrook. And there's another one for the Thunder.
Hey, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
Here's Ball.
I love that about Lonzo Ball. When it's a big possession, he demands and commands the ball.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. Westbrook against Ball. Westbrook, no good.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific.
Yeah, excellent extension on the rush. Third timing as well. Slot that one away.
George with the ball. He's picked up by Lopez. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touches it left. Grant is checked in for Oklahoma City. Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Lakers. 1:22 left to play here in the fourth. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. Here's George. Here's Westbrook. Offensive rebound. And another shot. And it's blocked.
Upping his intensity on the defensive end. Love to see that. Kuzma uses his length and athleticism to challenge and offer shots.
Another shot. Back to LeBron. Gets the 3 to 4. Yeah. Hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
Yeah. Contested shots and block shots. Their bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, how about the points they've got in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They trail by 3. 52 seconds left in the fourth. And now we look at the chance Westbrook. Money! And there's a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
There's a lot of trouble dealing with Russell Westbrook.
And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though.
And winning games, Rondo is special. A triple-double threat who does a little bit of everything for his squad.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 1. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. As your thoughts?
To rush. Get a good look.
Well, if they've got a play that they use to get a quality shot, this is the time to run.
James, and a lot of contact on that one. So that's at the line.
And really, even at this stage of his career, James just seems aging. He continues to dominate night in, night out.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good, and both at the line. It's a 3-point game.
That last free throw was critical. Their only choice now is to go for the 3 to tie.
They have a chance to tie it up.
3 ball with 2 just that.
Come on, Rondo. Let's hit one, baby. What do you want?
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaking.
Let's go, baby. Yeah.
He's able to hit the second one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Westbrook kicks to Robertson. From deep, George. It's good. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Hey, you know that George is going to take a shot. The game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. Exceptional decision-making in these situations makes it even more obvious.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2.
That's the rear. Big movement.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Defensive focus. That's what Clarkson's coaches want from him. Can he do this consistently, though, is the question.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, the jumper was falling early tonight. Did you have a feeling it was going to work coming into the game?
I just trust, the hard work and dedication that I put into the game. When the cameras are not around, I put a lot of hard work into the game, and, it's my job to translate what I do when you guys are not around onto this stage. And, I'm happy that my teammates allow me to be the leader, allow me to make plays for them and make plays for myself, and big-time role win for us.
It sure was, LeBron. Thank you for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
Barely squeaked that one out.
Hey guys, it's Blake, and your time to go pro in NBA 2K is right now. NBA 2K League Season 2.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Lakers as they play against the Nuggets. For the Nuggets, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. And tonight we're going to see Isaiah Thomas, one of only a handful of players his size to make multiple All-Star appearances. Kenny, among players under 6 feet in height, is he the best ever?
Oh, I don't know if he's the best ever.
That's the question I asked you, though.
Because you think about Tiny Archibald. Think about Tiny Archibald.
Yeah.
Led the league in scoring and assists in the same year. Think about Calvin Murphy. Great rocket. You know, part of his production, but I think longevity-wise, we'd have to see over a longer term.
You know what happened once when I was a teenager?
What's
I went to a game in Atlanta when Tiny was playing, and they let people in free if they were under Tiny's height.
Oh,
and they had
wow.
one of those things right there so you could measure yourself.
Oh, that would be cool.
But I was a little too tall.
You were too tall, so you had to pay double.
I had to pay, yeah. But I remember being there. Shaq, do you have any entertaining stories about small people?
No, I do not. Anyway, he's one of the guys who inspires others. You know, it's really amazing to watch his growth from a role player to star.
Oh, I thought you meant his growth as from a little guy to a very little guy.
No, he's still short.
Okay.
But that's nothing against short people.
Nothing at all.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Sports presents Thursday Night of the NBA. And along with Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And alongside us tonight, we have a very special guest you're going to enjoy. 5-time NBA champion, 9-time all-defensive first-team selection. Laker legend, the terrific Kobe Bryant. Kobe, great to see you. We're so excited to have you.
No, thank you. I wouldn't miss a chance to stop by and call a game with you guys.
You still watch a lot, don't you?
I do. I'm a big fan.
For the Denver Nuggets, they come in off that loss to the Memphis Grizzlies.
Just didn't like the energy level from that one, and that offensive execution also was lacking.
They made a few shots, Reg, but just wildly inconsistent.
Style. You played with a spread 4 and Robert Horry, R. Odom. You've also played with more of a twin tower feel on your roster. Which way would you lean when you think about those different styles?
That doesn't matter to me.
You like them all?
Yeah, it just depends on the personnel that you have.
Right.
And with the personnel that you have, you make the most out of it.
That puzzle you keep talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just, every puzzle is built different.
Right.
You just try to do what you can with what you have. So it doesn't matter.
And you like that figuring out process.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Even though you're the same, you've got to kind of adapt now what's on yours.
Yeah, you have to be able to adapt to the players that you have around you, you know, and understanding what they need. It's not what you need, what do they need. And as long as the leader of the team can make that shift, they'll be fine with whatever they have around.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Martin and Millsap with the small and power forward spots. The guards are Thomas and Harris, and it's Jokic in at the 5 spot. And Kuzma gets it to go on the assist by James. Kobe, you're so decorated in every way individually and as a teammate with the 5 championships. Of all the things, the All-Star games, the All-Defense, all the individual things you've accomplished, what is the one thing you might cherish? And you may have alluded to it with the championships, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but at the end of the day, is that the one thing above everything else that you covet?
No. The fact that I can look in the mirror and honestly say I gave everything to the game.
That was obvious.
That's the thing, right? You don't want to feel like you've left anything on the table. There's no stone left unturned. I gave everything to the game that I possibly could. That, to me, is the biggest thing.
And 1 for 5 is LeBron James knows he can get around anyone at any time. So that time, nice work with the dribble.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. Now here's Barton. He's coming off a 10-point game against Memphis. Harris's shot is off. And for those of us who have never played at this level, it must be a thrill to contend against the best in the world. Also with that comes a lot of pressure. How do you handle the balance between enjoying the game and the pressure that's on you in the game?
I'm not really sure what that is. I mean, you'll have moments where you make game-winning shots and it's fantastic.
Never nervous.
No. There's times when you'll miss it and then people won't like you very much. But then the next game you hit a game winner and everybody loves you. And then you miss the next one and everybody don't like you again. Right? So why would I stress out over quote-unquote pressure? It doesn't make any sense.
How about the responsibility to your teammates and to your own built-in pressures to perform like Kobe Bryant?
Even that, right? Even that. There'll be games where you make them and your teammates are thanking you for it. Times when you miss it, your teammates are like, dang, man, you got to do better. Right? So it's ebbs and flows all the time. And internally, I just do what I practice. So there's no reason for me to be nervous or apprehensive because I've done this shot thousands and thousands and thousands of times. I just have to do it one more time.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Hondo's checked in. Back to Murray. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Rajon Rondo.
Murray showing that he has the ability to draw the fouls. Just a beautiful anticipation play to get to the free throw line.
Kobe, a lot of guys, once they stop playing, their bodies change.
Yeah.
Yet they still have the ailments.
That's generous.
But a lot of guys have ailments that linger on through their post-career. What kind of workout? We know you were just a workout fiend when you played, but what about now in retirement?
I work out hard. Yeah, it's become a challenge. It's like, because most players, when they retire, say, you know what, I just don't want to gain a boatload of weight. Right? And so they just try to manage that. I don't want to manage something. I want to attack something. So I'm going to say, you know what?
Well, that's a surprise.
Yeah, revelation. And so I said, I'm going to train harder than I ever did because I want to look good. I want to be fit for my children. I want to be able to chase them around and be able to show up at some of these retirement ceremonies or some of these other things.
Looking like you did when you played.
Being in great shape.
Yeah. After 20 years in the NBA, Kobe, you were able to play with so many people. Who is most like you among guys you played with? Who you would have said, this guy is like-minded, like what Derek Fisher fit that category?
Yeah, Steve Fish was tough. Yeah, Fish was tough. Morris. He made practices. He drove it because he was competitive in practice. He tried to play defense, but he couldn't move laterally with the athleticism that most players do. But he was competing hard every single day, man. And he had a lot of competitive.
You like that?
Oh yeah, my whole team was built like that. We had a lot of guys that were temperamental. A lot of temperamental guys that you look at and say, you know what? You're not going to win a championship with that group. And we sit back and we laugh to this day. Shannon Brown and I would get together and we'll talk about the old days. This is Langston too. we won a championship with a bunch of misfits?
But collectively, I guess, right, there was something that obviously worked.
Yeah, we're all crazy. Yeah. And so, when you take a bunch of crazy and you focus it on one thing, it tends to work out.
There it is, yeah.
There it is.
Another ring.
Yeah.
Shots good from the strike.
Such a big bonus to have a big guy that can step up to the free throw line and knock down shots. So many guys struggle from there.
Good fight by Rondo. Lopez passes to Rondo. The 9-footer's on the mark. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. It's a 10-point game. From deep. And another miss by Denver. For Los Angeles, they've gone 7-9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Rondo kicks to Kuzma. Ball, the pass to Lopez. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. Boys is checked in for Juan Hernangomez. Nuggets trail by 10. Morris looking over the floor. This is it to White. Outside Porter. Denver passing it around. Murray for 3. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Los Angeles has gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Ball with the bucket.
The ball movement on this one has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Stolen by Ball. Here's Kuzma. That falls. Nice speed that time from Ball. Kuzma's got 7.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
And so it's Los Angeles. With the size of the lead as the quarter rounds up. They're ahead 16 points. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Back to the action after this word. And being a smaller player is a challenge, but Isaiah Thomas always confident attacking the lane.
I just go in there. I've been doing it since I was a little boy. Like, I've always been the smallest guy out there, but when I get on the court, I feel like I don't see any height. So when I go in there in the paint, I expect myself to score or make a play for somebody else. And then, other people go crazy about it. I feel like it's normal.
Thomas brings that fearlessness, Greg. He's always played with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and he's got a deep bag of tricks for finishing around bigger players. It's really something to watch.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
So far, they've been active scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
But when you come out in the first quarter with that kind of offense, obviously the game plan is in full effect. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Brandon Ingram's out there with Beasley. And there's Robin Lopez. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Rondo at the point.
Orchestrating right now, Rondo should be playing with a baton.
The Nuggets trail by 19. Right side, Thomas. Rebounded by the Lakers. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the ropes.
Well, accurate outside shooting when you're on the road, you find that kind of rhythm. It's hard to do. They made it look easy.
Denver calls timeout. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they'll be doing their best to establish superiority over this club, something they failed to do a year ago.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Hart, he's checked in for Ball. And it's Clarkson in for Rajon Rondo. Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Millsap comes in for Trey Lyles. Will Barton, he's checked in for Porter. And Harris subbed in for Murray. Now, here's Jokic. He's coming off a 19-point game against Memphis.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
And Kobe, you think about playing the game. You don't miss the physical side of it, but I know the mental side is so big for you, especially as your career went on.
Well, yeah. Well, every season was a new puzzle, right? So, as a leader of the team, it's not so much about yourself. You have to put that to the side and think about how to put together the puzzle for your teammates. How do you put them in a situation where they're reaching their max potential?
Yes.
Right. That's what gets the championship done. So every season is exciting because the puzzle is new. Right. The emotions, the goals that your teammates have are all new, and so you have to figure out how can you put them in the best possible position to be successful and in turn help us win a championship.
That's a great explanation. Barton finds Thomas. Shoots over Clarkson, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction, and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
And how about the athleticism from Ingram? Really looking to tear the basket apart with these strong dunks.
Well, Kobe, I know you can't stay any longer, but I just want to say thank you on behalf of all of our fans watching and playing the game tonight. Always a pleasure to have you drop by our broadcast.
No, thank you for having me. Anytime.
There he is, the legendary Kobe Bryant. And Brent, we know just how competitive Kobe was as a player, and it's always nice to hear a more reflective side of him when he joins us here in the booth.
Funny the things that you notice, Kevin, when you're in the booth here versus the role that you play as a player, especially for a guy who lives and breathes basketball like Kobe Bryant.
Here's Millsap. Michael Beasley picking up that last basket.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
Well, the best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take.
Thomas kicks to Harris. Back to Thomas. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Sinks the three-pointer. Millsap's got his second bucket of the night.
Back at you. That's payback for the three on the other end.
A little mano-a-mano there, entertaining, but you also want to keep your teammates involved.
Now, here's Clarkson, and it's sent back by Millsap.
Great block from Millsap, sending that one back.
Harris kicks to Thomas. Poke loose, and so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Seven seconds left in the second quarter. This one for three. Got a hand on it.
In addition to being superb on offense, he's also a ridiculously good defender. His long reach really allowed him to collect a good number of block shots.
Brandon Ingram. He's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be back with you shortly.
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. The first half was all about Brandon Ingram. He had 12 points and 1 block. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
Well, their field goal percentage is a number that jumps off the page. May I say it, Shaq-like? It's a good one. Seriously, they're incredibly efficient shooting the basketball, and I don't think they settle for any bad shots. And you're never going to go wrong with that strategy.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
They were brick city, and it was painful to watch. Weak shooting starts to get contagious, and they were struggling all over the place. They got to work on getting more high-quality chances, more layups, fewer prayers.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Brandon Ingram has been sensational.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Traveling has been a concern for the NBA for a while. For a purist like you, do you like that?
Well, you got to get from city to city.
I don't think that's the kind of traveling I'm talking about here. Yes. I only ask you to pay attention. That's all. It's a simple request.
Yeah, they're doing a better job. Some get away with it more than others. How's that?
What an answer. Thank you, Brent. So on the floor for Denver. Inside, it's the talented pair of Millsap and Jokic. Harris and Barton, the two wings. And it's Thomas in at the point. That free throw missing. Well, there's a ton to talk about Lonzo Ball, but if you focus just on what he brings to an offense, there's a lot to like.
Yeah, I mean, he just sees so much on the floor. I mean, he sees all the cuts and angles, both offensively and defensively. And we know his shot will be a work in progress, but it showed some improvement in consistency the second half of last year. And for all the circus that can surround Ball off the court, you forget that he is already an elite playmaker in the NBA.
Now here is Harris. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Lopez with the steal. Here's LeBron. Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Ball against Murray. And there's the pass to Barton. Here's Harris. To the paint, Millsap. Tries again, and the rejection by LeBron.
LeBron using his big mitts there, comes in handy on defense, getting up there to spike that one away.
Kuzma, that's good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Paul Millsap is an all-star forward whose dedication to the game is reflected in his year-to-year improvement. He said, "The drive to the gym is where I find my peace, getting my mind prepared. I come with the mindset of getting better. Got me this far." Kevin?
He is a true professional. David, thank you. Last season, LeBron James becoming just the 7th player ever to score 30,000 points in a career.
Well, he's like a rare snake, Kevin. Obviously, he's not done. Might have the best shot of catching Kareem when it's all said and done in terms of total points scored in the league. Maybe approach 40,000, but ultimately, he's definitely in the top 3.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for Los Angeles.
So much speculation last season on where LeBron would end up. The theories of which team would get his services seemed to change hour by hour, especially during free agency.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over with LeBron whenever he becomes eligible to change teams. It is the news in the NBA.
And rightfully so. This is the best player in the game, and whatever team he ends up with instantly becomes a contender. Been to 8 straight NBA finals. You would think the teams getting him or thinking a 9th one would sound good to them.
Kuzma against Wild. Kuzma passes to LeBron. Shoots over Lyle. And Kuzma with the basket on the assist by James. James has got 3 assists in the game. Nuggets have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Wiles kicks to Porter. Wiles passes to Morris. No good on that one. Great D that time from Rondo. To the middle. To the inside. Lopez up top. No good with the layup.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
Morris outside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
And they pick up 2. And that's now 9 points for Lonzo Ball.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a quick.
Porter against James. Shot from the wing, and the Lakers take on 2 more.
And that's the shot right there that he's learning to hit with consistency. Ball definitely has a unique release on that shot, but the end result is twine.
Now here's Porter. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. LA's gone a terrific 5 of 6 from beyond the arc in this game. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
He's just so efficient, getting his points within the flow of the offense. Great recipe for success.
And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Nuggets. With that time on the buzzer beater. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Los Angeles on top, running away with it. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. And take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so here's Denver. Beasley out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's...
And Clarkson with a really good job moving the puppies, getting the feet in the right position, and then clawing that ball away.
Well, we've got great dunkers now. You played at a time when there were sensational dunkers in the NBA.
Yeah, I saw a lot of guys go over the top of me.
Including yourself.
Too kind. Here's your money. Kevin, I think about those old... We remember the old VHS tapes where you used to get like the dunk highlight tapes. Those are still so fresh in my mind.
Dr. J.
Dominique Wilkins over the top. MJ over everybody.
Young Vince Carter.
Kenny Skywalker. I mean, just the list goes on and on. But the best in-game dunker, I think it's pretty unanimous that Vince Carter still holds the title.
Here's Murray following the bucket by the Lakers. Jokic high post. A rebound by the Lakers.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. Plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these 2 squads.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. Murray, good.
Well, some good interior crucial points here as Murray's staying active in the paint.
It's Beasley on the wing. Hernan Gomez covering. And there's a whistle. That goes on Hernan Gomez. That's his first foul.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Paul Millsap is checked in for Denver. Thomas comes in for Malik Beasley. No good on the quick 3. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Murray, good.
The good old catch and shoot jumper there. Murray quickly getting these shots up and over the defense.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. A shot by Clarkson, no good. Denver's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Murray outside. Knocked away. Beasley outside. So nice passing here by Los Angeles. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game. We love the sneakers these players wear. Now so many different styles. A lot of different signature shoes out there.
I'm not really a sneakerhead myself, Kevin. I didn't really fall down that rabbit hole, but I know some guys in the league, we've seen photos of their closets at home filled with
hundreds.
Not hundreds. I've seen guys pushing thousands of pairs of shoes. Now that is dedication.
Worth a lot of money.
Oh, no doubt about it. And some of the guys, Kevin, don those specialty sneakers in big-time games. And the one guy that comes to mind for me is P.J. Tucker. Lots of play from P.J. Tucker about some of the things that he strapped on last year during the finals.
Denver's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished for the Lakers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Lonzo Ball.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the court, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker. And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
It's a shame because this is the team we expected to see fighting on every possession. I think it's just too late.
Now, here's Clarkson. Kicks it to McGee. Knocked loose. Just 5 to shoot. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is up and in.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, tick-tock and not much time on the clock left. Double-digit lead and coming up roses.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. There was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, LeBron, congrats on the win. What do you think made the difference tonight?
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term, we have to defend at a high level. We've been doing that.
It does start at that end, LeBron. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time.